Hi, it's Clint here from Web Marketing Help. Now, I'm really excited to be giving you this information because I've been working within internet marketing for about 10 years, and it's something I'm really passionate about. Now, although it's a fast-paced and fast-changing industry, the fundamentals and human psychology never changes. So I'm going to be sharing with you 7 little-known ways to turn more visitors into generating more phone calls and more sales without increasing your advertising spend. So in order to keep this short, I'm going to jump straight in. The first thing is I want to talk about a headline. Very few websites actually use headlines. Now, which is better? Welcome to Acme Forklift Hire, or here's 7 things you need to know before choosing a forklift, guaranteed to save you time and money. Now, which one of those headlines? Now, the first one really isn't a headline, but people put those as though they're a headline. It's the first thing you see when you go to people's websites. So just see if you're guilty of that now. And we're going to be running through some examples later on, looking at your website, or potentially your website and your competitors' websites. Second one is give away valuable information. Now, what can you give away that is valuable to your visitors on your website? Now, most people on your website are actually in research mode, so they're not ready to buy right now. They may be ready either a few hours from now, or a few days, few months, or even a year from now. So what can you give away right now to help them make you stand out as the obvious choice, why they should come back and actually buy from you? And do you have a sales funnel on your website now? Like, what happens when people come to your website? Do they just come and do they leave? Or do you have a follow-up process? Do you have a system that captures their details, gives them something of value, and allows you to automatically follow up with them and get some leverage in your business? Now, creating these sales funnels are just they can explode businesses, and it can also increase the value of your business to a potential buyer. If you're going to sell your business one day, you can imagine if you have something that's predictable and profitable and generates these leads on a regular basis, how valuable that is to any business. So without going through the whole slide, you can have a look at it there, but only 2% of sales are made on the second contact, and so 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. Now, that's really important because I'm guilty of it, many people are guilty of it, that you just don't continually follow up the amount of times that's required, because the first time they see a message, they may not be ready for it. They see it again, they may be ready for it, because there's so many things going on in people's lives now, and so many things pulling people's attention in different directions. As you can see, it's wide open there. Like 88% of salespeople don't follow up more than 3 times, so that's a huge statistics there, and you can see that's why a number of businesses fail, especially small business failure, because the rates are really high because they just don't have these follow-up sequences in place. In building instant trust and credibility, now trust is really the currency of today. It's one of the most strongest currencies. So what do you use to build credibility and trust on your website? Testimonials should be loud and proud. Many of the websites I see, the testimonials are buried, or they've got a little snippet at the bottom of the page. Now, is there a face to your business, or are you behind a name? Because people want to deal with people, and especially deal with people they know, like, and trust. So if there's a face, that really increases that trust aspect. And do you use video on your website? Because this is absolutely hands down the fastest way to build credibility and trust. Now, USP. Now, do you have a unique selling proposition? Now, what this does, it makes you stand out from everyone else. So why should someone actually contact you over and above your competitors? What's unique about the service that you're offering? And what do you actually want people to do when they come to your website? Now, I like to use dating as an example, where you've got to wine and dine them and just do the little steps. You're building up that trust and credibility, demonstrating value. And that's what happens when people come to your website. A lot of people hit them straight over the head, with call now, or do this or do that. When, majority of them are in a research process, they're in the research phase, unless of course it's an emergency service like emergency plumber. They're going to be looking to make those calls fairly quickly. And people want to be led, so make it really easy and very clear what you want to do when you come to your website. Because a number of websites actually have so many different options, like call here, put your name and email in this form, download this report, watch this video. It just gets very confusing. And so follow-up, as we mentioned before about the sales funnel, the money is in the follow-up. There's nothing magical about this. Treat them as real people, connect with them, send them case studies, send them testimonials, offers, and release new models or whatever is newsworthy or of interest to your potential customer. And then here's a 7-point summary here, because it's just good to keep this in your mind and burn it into your mind. As we soon, we're going to go over to Google, going to look at some real live websites, and then you can apply these things. And I just want you to run these things through your mind. So as we go through the websites, you go, have they got a headline? Are they grabbing my attention, since I've only got a few seconds to do that? Are they actually helping me in my research process by giving something of value away? Do they have a mechanism in place that can actually follow up with me? What are they using to build trust and credibility? Are they using videos? Are they using testimonials? What makes them unique? Do they have a proposition there that makes them stand out? Do they have a clear call to action? Do I know exactly what I'm meant to be doing when I'm going to this website? And follow up. Is there a system that actually follows up with me? So we're just going to jump over to Google now, and we'll just have a look at some websites.